I came to a place where I believe that under the law, resentencing is appropriate.
A stunning development today in the case of the Menendez brothers. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt. Tomorrow, LA's DA will ask a court to re-sentence Lyle and Eric Menendez, who are serving life sentences for killing their parents 35 years ago. The move sets the stage for possible parole. We have team coverage. ABC 10 News senior investigative reporter Jim Avila starts us off live from Donovan State Prison, where they may soon walk free. Jim?
Kimberly, documentaries, movies, TV shows, celebrities, and changing views of sexual abuse have given the notorious Menendez brothers a ray of hope. Their life sentences for the gruesome murders of their parents nearly 40 years ago may soon be reduced, giving them a shot at walking out of those prison gates. The two privileged brothers who used a shotgun to blast their parents, killing them as they sat in lounge chairs watching a movie in their Beverly Hills living room. Their trial was one of the first to be televised live, and the shocking details of the murders captured national attention. After a mistrial, the brothers were convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without parole, which brings us to today. The Los Angeles District Attorney announcing he will ask the judge to re-sentence Eric and Lyle, both in their 50s, to life in prison with parole, and making them eligible for immediate release after a judge approves the decision. LADA George Gascon describing the decision this way.
When you're talking about a resentencing under the law, it really focuses not necessarily on what the original crimes were, but it focuses on, has the person been rehabilitated, number one, and number two, can they be released safely into their community?
Gascon says he took into consideration a more modern way of looking at sexual abuse. The Menendez brothers had claimed their father, Jose, had sexually abused them for years, and a letter from one of the boys to a cousin prior to the attack detailing their fears about the abuse was recently shown to his office.
When you look at the case of the Menendez brothers, you see two very young people. One was 19 and the other one was 21 when they committed these horrible acts. And I want to underline, they were horrible acts. There is no excuse for murder. And I will never imply that what we're doing here is to excuse that behavior, because even if you get abused, the right path is to call the police, seek help. But I understand also how sometimes people get desperate.
Gascon admitted his office is torn about the decision to ask for the men's freedom after 30 years in prison. And finally, the DA was asked if he had a message for Eric and Lyle.
What we like to say to them, and it's we, because it's not a, I made the final decision, obviously, but we have a whole team that worked on it. We have a family here that wants to be reunited, is that we appreciate what they did while they were in prison. While I disapprove of the way they handle their abuse, we hope that they not only have learned, which appears that they have, but that if they get reintegrated into our community, that they continue to do public good.
Mark Garicos, the Menendez's attorney, had this to say.
If there is a hearing, all of these family members who are behind me will be heard. All of these family members will uniformly ask one thing, which is, bring them home, bring them home, bring them home.
Bring them home.
The brothers did have access to television today, and we're told they may have actually been watching the district attorney's announcement. Their paperwork has already been given to a judge, but the hearing is likely weeks away.